We think everyone should be taking a blue-green and a green algae. It was blue-green and green algae that created oxygen so that you're here and every other life form on this planet is here. Second, we think that you should be consuming some form of sea vegetable, sea plant. Guess what? That was a second life form. Third, we think you should be taking grasses and their relatives called seeds and sprouts. They were the first life forms on soil when land emerged. So the core of the Hippocrates diet is the number 1, number 2, and number 3 life forms that existed and have primarily every nutrient that has ever existed on this planet, but interesting enough, every nutrient that will evolve in the future. You will have by far the most protein, the most vitamins, minerals, trace minerals, essential fatty acids, etc. With that said, this comprehensively feeds every single cell in your body, that, by the way, makes your bones and anatomy. Who you physically are is cells. And when you nourish those cells, they're strong, they're vibrant, they're vital. And when you see a really healthy person who's been living this way long enough, they vibrate radiation from them. Their mentality, their sensation, and their feeling is wildly different than what I was like and many others walking around the planet are. You also have to know that this alkalizes the body naturally. We don't have to be test tube scientists thinking that we have to have some kind of a formula to figure out how to make our body healthy. Nature and God is taking care of that, believe me. As you know, we also have very low amounts of ripe organic fruit in the diet when you're healthy, and none when you're fighting disease. This also helps to completely eliminate the potential for acidity by consumption of unripened fruits. We also know that exercise, movement, and attitude, if I wanted to make you acid rapidly, I'd get stress into your life. I've done tests in the past where we've literally shocked people without knowing this was going to happen and done alkalinity tests and found 3 to 4 point swings in their acid-alkaline balance from stress from adrenaline pumping out. And that happened in a less than 5-minute period. So think about what I'm saying. The emotions, equally to food, have a major role to play in acid alkalinity. We have to know that if you take charge of your life, and life doesn't happen to you, but you make life happen, all of this works itself out. There are naysayers out there today who say ridiculous things about some of the foods I mentioned, like blue-green algae, that, by the way, we've given hundreds of thousands of people, done clinical research and followed them up for decades after that. They say that it's acid. Well, that may be a bad word, like detoxification is a bad word, but it doesn't mean anything valid in science. You do not become acid from the very first life form on this planet that created all oxygen. As a matter of fact, the opposite happens to you. You may have some theory that's a misstep in reality, but it's certainly not reality.